Ballers,
hoopers,
dunkers,
shooters.
welcome back to another episode of Ballers Block. The block is hot. 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 All right.
My block hot. My block burn.
Tell
my
'em.
block on fire. What about yours?
Yep.
That's what I'm giving y'all. I'm not trying to have no flashbacks out here, you know? Well, they.
Taking
All right.
over for the 9-9.
All right. Some exciting
So it's on the
last
block.
couple of games, I must say. So we got a couple of things to talk about on the block. You know,
It's on the block today
we're going to kick it off.
with
First quarter. We're jumping right into it. We're not even
We're
mincing no
jumping right into
time.
it.
But first quarter, NBA playoffs. It's
NBA playoffs.
It's been rather exciting.
Exciting. You know what I like the most about these playoffs? It's been different. It's been different. All the teams that are still left aren't your regular teams that you've been seeing in a while. The Suns, when was the last time they were in the playoffs?
Never.
Or at least this far
I
along
know,
in the
yeah.
playoffs. Same with the Hawks.
It's been a minute.
The Bucks, sure.
It's been a minute.
Clippers, they've never been this far either. This is the first time they've been to the conference finals.
Yeah.
They finally didn't clip. But we'll still see.
It hasn't, yeah.
They might clip their way out of the finals, but
to your point, seeing all these new teams is what I think is brought the new excitement. It's
Absolutely.
rejuvenated the entire league, and it's much needed. We got tired of seeing
the usual suspects.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Even though my guys were there a few times, it gets boring after a while. You want to see other people kind of play.
Definitely.
So, and by seeing all these other people play, we've seen some elevated gameplay, I must say.
Such as
you've seen Game 7, Milwaukee, Brooklyn. The last couple games between Milwaukee, Brooklyn.
Absolutely, because Kevin Durant,
he definitely lived up to the expectations.
What he's done on a ruptured Achilles,
he lived up.
Actually,
you know what? He surpassed expectations. You know, a lot of analysts said he was never going to be the same. He's not going to be as good a scorer.
Just as good, if not better.
I think he's better. I think, you know what? Why he got better? We're not going to talk about this much, but he got better, I feel, because mentally.
I was just about to say
his
that.
IQ increased during that time off. He already had the game.
He's going towards the stage in most players anyway, where the game becomes more cerebral and a lot less athletic.
Yeah.
Same with LeBron. He's starting to make that transition.
Yep.
They all had to do it.
Yep.
They all had to do it.
So
he's hit that stage, and those are usually the players at their prime too.
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily their prime, but like at their at their peak in terms of wisdom.
Yeah.
On the court.
So just speaking on KD, Brooklyn is out. So might as well start right there. Milwaukee took him out Game 7. I thought it was an epic game to watch.
Some might say karma on the part of on the Nets coming back to hit him.
I wouldn't say karma, and here's why I wouldn't say karma. Since the beginning of the season, when they linked up, we all said they look like a good team, barring injuries.
True.
We always said that from the beginning. True. If there were no injuries, we'd be probably saying something different now. But
everybody, their main stars, because we didn't know they would have Harden, their main stars were either injury prone or coming off a serious injury.
And if we're not even talking about,
injured all throughout the season.
And if we're not even looking at the big stars, we're talking about other players. Dinwiddie, DeAndre Jordan didn't even play.
What happened to him?
Why was he in the warm-up line?
What happened to him?
I seen him in the warm-up line. I seen him running in the warm-up line. I don't know what happened. But they're out. Congrats, Giannis, Western Conference.
He did his thing.
Let's not look like a deer in the headlights.
What he said.
Let's not do it again. Because this is the last. You see what happened to Joel Embiid? Let's talk about that. Oh, we're going into that next. Sorry. But yeah, let's not look like a deer in the headlights in the conference finals. We've seen that happen before.
But you did mention Joel Embiid, so let's stay there.
No, okay.
Let's stay there.
Let's go there. We're talking Sixers.
We're talking that upset because I don't think anybody thought the Hawks would make it to the Eastern Conference Finals when the season started.
I mean, I'm surprised.
And we'll also get into a segue about. Sorry to interrupt. We'll also get into a segue about what you said about awards.
Okay.
Because Nate McMillan has done an excellent job coaching the Hawks since he's taken over.
Right.
Halfway or whatever at whatever point in the season.
All right. I agree. So We're on the Hawks in Philly now.
We're on the Hawks in Philly.
Philly is
Just wrap
out.
up the East.
You just said basically the upset. Yes. Trae Young. Playing
I've
like a
been telling
grown
you-
ass man. We're playing like
I've been
Trae
telling
old.
I've been telling you, Ice Trae. I told you.
You got ice in his veins, man. Ice Trae.
Steph Curry or Jace.
He went to the school of Steph's school of shooting or something. Steph's school of chefing.
But you know what the thing is? Steph is the good guy. He's like, you know, like when the guy like his persona splits, and then the bad guy emerges.
The evil,
the
evil Bizarro
he's
Steph.
There you go.
Yeah, I can see that.
Evil or Bizarro Steph.
I can see that.
Because
just being smaller and just looks evil.
With the hair.
Yeah, wisping in the winds.
This guy has like you know, villain hair, yo.
No, he doesn't. He looks like one of those villains that you think, yo, we got this. And all of a sudden he just comes like, I'm Trae Young. I'm going to shoot the place up. And then he flies off.
Yo.
He does that. What does he do when he shoots?
Roles.
He does that little celebration when he shoots and he just bops and
he gave him
runs
what's
off.
It called? The Reggie Miller.
He's a cold dude, man.
He gave him the Reggie Miller bow.
But the entire team, I give it to them.
John Collins.
He surprised me. Like, he's got more heart than I thought he did.
If I'm not mistaken,
he got more heart than Baby Boy.
Led the league in rebounds. If not, he was like second or third.
Nah, he's like their. I love Capella.
He does what he's supposed to do.
Yep.
He knows his role.
And he does it with a lot of passion.
He does it well.
So it's going to be in the Eastern Conference. We got Milwaukee versus Atlanta Hawks. Who you got?
I said it was going to be a sweep. The Bucks are going to sweep them.
I don't see a sweep happening. And this is what I wanted to tell you earlier, but I wanted to save it for the pod. Here's why I don't think it would be a sweep. Because I feel like the Hawks have the athleticism and the youth to mess with Giannis for a bit. Clint Capella is going to bother him.
John Collins, maybe?
Collins has the body to put up against Giannis physically. And then Capella has the length to like bother a lot of his shots. So Giannis is not going to be going in the lane expecting to dunk on every single attempt.
I think Milton is having a breakout playoffs. A lot of people have, you know.
He's still going to choke. He's still going to choke, man. Listen.
None of these guys are proven.
He's still going to choke. Listen, he had a good series against Brooklyn because Brooklyn.
He had a good.
Again, he looked good against Brooklyn.
First round too.
He looked good against Brooklyn. Everyone's based in the Brooklyn series. He had nobody on Brooklyn to guard him. So all I'm saying is, you're playing a younger team.
So hold on. You trust Herter?
Yeah.
All right.
You're playing a younger team.
You trust Herter?
Yeah.
All right, I had to ask you twice.
Yo, you're playing a younger team, an inspired team, and a team that feels like they can win. And here's what Trae Young already said. I know this is exactly what they're going to do with Milwaukee too. They're going to run them up and down and up and down, and you got to play with that pace. And if anyhow Trae catches, they got shooters too, man.
I think Drew Holiday, spelled J-R-U-E.
Yeah, I mean he's gonna give Trae problems, but
there it is.
But again, Ben Simmons gave him problems.
But we'll get to Ben Simmons later.
I'm just saying. He gave him problems. I'm talking about on the defensive end.
So who do you got?
I'm going with the underdog in this.
You want the Hawks? Eh?
I want the Hawks to win.
I wouldn't be mad at it because
I want the Hawks to win this.
I'm a Nate McMillan fan, man. He won me over.
I think he's gonna outcoach.
So did Trae Young.
Budenholzer.
I've been telling you about Trae Young.
He's gonna outcoach Budenholzer.
I've been telling you. We gotta rep the black coaches,
bro.
Gotta rep the black coaches. I'm here for
bro. You're counting out Lemon Pepper Lou.
Lemon Pepper Lou.
You're counting out Lemon Pepper Lou, bro. You forget he's on the Hawks. The series?
Yeah. What's your number? You have the Hawks winning. What's your number? I say sweep.
I'm going to say they're going to make this epic one's going 7.
7?
Yeah.
Another 7, eh?
Yeah.
All right. Wrap it up there. Go ahead.
The Bucks struggled. They went 7.
That is true.
With the freaking Brooklyn Nets.
So did the Hawks.
Listen, with the Brooklyn Nets and their undermanned team. This is the Bucks we're talking about. Remember that. To start off, they had just Kyrie and KD and nobody else, bro. They took it 7 games.
All right.
And then when Harden came back, Harden didn't do nothing. And they still went 7 games. And they were this close from losing, which would have been a humiliating.
We'll see.
loss.
We'll
So
see.
that's where I'm going with
We'll
that.
see. All right.
A younger,
But you
hungry,
still
healthy
have you
team.
given a number yet?
7 games, I said.
Oh yeah, you said 7 games.
Come
My
on,
bad,
listen.
my bad.
Listen, fool.
My bad.
All right. Was that quarter one?
Not quite.
Ooh, what else we got?
Not
Quarter
quite.
one. What else we
There is
got?
another
Quarter one.
conference.
Ah, yes.
There is another conference. The Clips didn't clip.
The Clips survived.
They survived.
They survived. Then they moved on.
Actually, they won 4 straight games. You can say they thrived.
I guess we'll give them that. We'll give them that. They survived. And so as they survived, they've already kind of played their first.
Yeah, they
Are we
did
even talking?
lose.
Do we want to talk about that?
Yeah,
Might as well. Yeah.
They did lose,
In
but
fine fashion.
they showed some fight though. They got the game real close. They had a shot. I don't know, did they have the shot to tie it or close?
I can't remember, but I know, light skinned Mamba came through in the clutch and
It was close.
he willed his team to the end with a trip dub.
Yes, he did.
So,
and again, speaking of Devin Booker, we'll segue to another quarter that we'll be talking about something that involves Devin Booker because the awards.
yeah, that's another topic of conversation. So now, since we're already on the Western Conference, we can close it off. Phoenix is up 1-0. Who's taking this series? Who's taking the series?
Phoenix.
I go Phoenix as well. They're another young team.
Like you said, light skin Mamba.
Yep, they're a young team, but Chris Paul, I think, sees a great opportunity to win here. And I think the last couple years, he's shown he's a great leader and he could turn a team that's like a 0 to contenders, and they're there right now. So I think he sees that, and I think he's gonna follow through.
What?
Whether they get in, whether he's injured or not, or whatever.
Again,
light skin Mamba is
no.
He's
the
absolutely
real MVP. People say Chris Paul. For me, you seen what he did in the bubble.
Nah.
And if you look at it, that translated into what they did this season. And look at what he did without Chris Paul.
Let me make it right. Let me make it right. Because truthfully, there's no way Devin Booker on his own is getting them this far. On his own, he would have been exhausted by now. And also, there's no way Chris Paul without Devin Booker is getting them this far.
There you go.
So, co-MVPs.
I
don't know if that's ever happened before.
Be mad at
Teammates as co-MVPs.
For some reason, I want to say Stockton and Malone did it. It might not have been regular season. It might have been for a, what do you call it, an all-star game or something.
No one cares about that.
Yeah, I want to say they did it though.
But
I think maybe because I'm thinking they might have been rookie of the years, but
it's all good.
I want to see.
So we got Phoenix. What do you think the final count is?
Phoenix is Phoenix in 7. Let's go the distance.
I'm saying 4-2 Phoenix.
4-2?
Yeah.
I thought about it, but no.
Clippers are gonna take 2.
Clippers are gonna make it a tough one.
Phoenix is too young, man. They Bridges, Booker, Crowder.
Ready though.
Nah, man, they got too much IQ on that team, bro. They got too much IQ on that team. Yo, you heard what they said, bro? They're like, yo, Chris Paul is calling them, FaceTiming them. After the win, guess who's on the phone FaceTiming Devin Booker while he's walking down the hallway there? Chris Paul.
I believe it.
And the way they're talking about him at the end of the game, they're like, yo, he's locked in even though he's not here. He's just giving us advice and different things. So he's they know what to do to win at this point. They want to win. Their goal is the finals, not to get to the conference
What
finals.
you said right there, I'll use that as a segue into
quarter 2?
Quarter number 2.
That's wrong.
You know who didn't look like they wanted to win?
Yeah.
Ben Simmons. He did not look like he wanted any parts of winning.
And usually I would argue and debate with you on this topic because I've defended him in the past.
Yes, you have.
But I've seen enough, I've heard enough, and I've made enough excuses for the young fella. Yeah, that's all I got.
Listen,
That's all I got.
I don't know what point in the season it was. It was relatively early, but I said I do not like the amount of shots that he's taken.
Then he needs to say more.
He needs to be taking way more shots. You're the second best player on the team. Get to the rim, even if it's posting up. Do something.
And that's and I at first my argument was he doesn't need to take threes, but I do agree definitely you need to get to the damn bucket. You can't be a 6'10" point guard that can post up and you're ambidextrous
and not
you're
just
not
get to the
anything in
bucket to kick it out.
Like your whole goal and mission to be to post up every point guard that's guarding you and abuse them and embarrass them. Do you think he's scared? I'm no psychologist, but I didn't want to sit here and try to break it down.
You're supposed to skip Bayless.
That's all you can do, though.
I don't know. I don't want to play. You know, exactly like you said. I don't want to play like, what do they call it, armchair psychiatrist?
Yeah.
Try to
figure out what's going on in his head.
Yeah, it seems weird to me.
So there's two things that need to happen. Not two things. One of two things that need to happen.
Traded?
No, not in terms of that. In terms of just like his career and just him personally. One.
Traded could be part of that.
That's just organizational.
Oh, you mean internally?
Yeah. One or two things. Okay, maybe this is also organizational in the way, but let me explain it. One, either he gets in the gym and learns to shoot. If not, mid-range floaters or post-game or whatever, mid-range jump shots.
Some offensive skill.
Something. You don't have to shoot threes.
Other than just layups.
Yes. If not that, then maybe the coaches coaching him need to utilize him in a different manner. The same way, and I can't remember which analyst said this, but when they were talking about this, I was so blown away. Why the hell would they not utilize him the same way Milwaukee utilizes Giannis?
I was just about to say that.
He's a better ball handler than Giannis.
You know what I was gonna say to you? When I look at the difference between Giannis and Ben Simmons, it's like the difference. I don't know if you'll get what I'm saying here, but bear with me. It's like the difference between Lonzo and his brother LaMelo.
Yeah.
All right, you get it.
Yeah.
You get it. Because it's like they almost have the same game. It's just that Giannis just different. Goes.
Yeah.
Like he's not afraid to attack at any time, and he's not out, and he's looking to score more so than he's looking to dish it out. Whereas Ben Simmons has gotten to the point where like he's just like, you know what, I don't even want to try to score no more. And Lonzo's almost does the same thing where he's like he has like a wide open shot or like he has like a wide open layup and he's just passing out of it. Like I've seen Lonzo do that. Yeah. That's exactly what's his name did.
Yeah.
And then he tried to blame it on Gallinari, like Gallinari's gonna block him. Like
when
clearly
has he ever
made a defensive play?
Only Trae Young there. Trae Young was in front of Gallinari.
Not even that. Let's say it was Gallinari. You're afraid of Gallinari on defense? Since when?
So those two things need to happen. The coaches need to utilize him because again, he is a very useful player if you use him right. However, a coach cannot have him on the court playing perimeter if you know he's 6'10" and he's being guarded by the point guards or whatever.
And speaking to that,
use him differently then. Like
coach can't have him on the court like hack a Shaq, you know, and he has like apparently the worst free throw percentage.
You gotta bench him at that. That's when you gotta make a decision and say, "Yo, Seth, you're in as the point. You're a better shooter." They're not gonna hack a Shaq. It gives you freedom to play the game and let Joel dominate.
So ultimately, let's
terrible coaching.
Let's wrap up this quarter here.
Yeah. So who's to blame? Basically, what we should call the second quarter.
Not even necessarily who's to blame. Like I want to put it like this: how does the Ben Simmons story end? Does he finish his career in Philly, or does he get moved? Because it seemed like
I already told you
the team has had enough of him.
He doesn't want to be there.
The coach was like, I don't know if I can win a championship with this guy. But Embiid was like, yo, the series turned when this guy refused to shoot and passed it.
He doesn't want to be there. Like I told you
The
before.
turn, I should say, not necessarily the series term when they blew the 26-point lead.
Yeah. And the 18-point lead. There was a couple situations that happened that we can't just say it's Ben Simmons. That
Everybody was looking suspect. Everybody was looking suspect.
Joel Embiid all leaving.
Is suspect.
Turnover when that Gallinari.
So
here's
joints.
the thing. Here's the thing.
Always getting injured.
Here's the funny thing. We're saying Ben Simmons was blaming Gallinari for distracting him from finishing that shot, but yet the steal of the game was basically Gallinari poking it away from Joel Embiid in that weak move he had. That Pascal-like spin move.
Pascal.
Yeah.
Trying to spin like you ain't Pascal. Get out of here.
Oh my gosh.
You ain't Pascal
So
trying to
basically,
spin.
so let's put it this way. Gallinari basically.
So maybe Ben Simmons was onto something. Like he knew something that we didn't know.
At the end of the game, what did Gallinari do when he was running back to the bench? He was like pointing to himself like
he was.
Like me.
Hey, listen.
It's Gallo, man.
I played defense.
Yo, he did. So there we go. So we're gonna wrap up that quarter. Ben Simmons needs to work on the jump shot, or coaches need to coach him better.
Trade?
He's probably gonna get traded. If Kemba got traded, he's gone. Yo, they just
seemed like Kemba got traded while everybody was sleeping.
Kemba got traded. You what? No, that's a dream because no one's talking about it right now. It must have been a dream. Yo, they gotta utilize him or coach him the way they're using. Well, it didn't work for Zion, but that's how they gotta utilize Ben Simmons. The way they utilize Zion. Simmons,
do better.
Yeah. I feel for you, bro. Since before he came into the NBA, when I heard about him in high school in Australia, I was a huge fan.
This? Ben Simmons, get help.
I'm still a fan of Ben Simmons.
Get help.
Get help, Ben.
Get help. Whether it's with the sports psychologist, whether it's with a shooting coach.
You know what?
Whether it's with a trainer to give you some kind of post game.
I'm going to backtrack.
Go see Hakeem Olajuwon.
I'm going to backtrack.
Get help.
I'm not going to say get help, Ben. I'm gonna
say that's my conclusion.
I'm gonna say Ben. Help. I'm gonna wait because I'm still a fan of Ben Simmons. You're gonna
wait.
I'm gonna wait to see him go to another team because
again, you know he's getting traded.
I know he's getting traded, but I feel like he wants to be traded. I know you like this, Ben, because I've been following you for years. I know he wants to get traded, and I know once he gets traded, he's gonna be the Ben Simmons that we know he truly is. He just doesn't like the situation he's in, and I think it's really just Joel Embiid. What
teams he would be a good fit for?
I said Lakers earlier.
Lakers, yeah, that'd be.
He would destroy on the Lakers.
I think you also said New Orleans.
If they have Zion with him, yes, he'd be a good point guard because then Zion wouldn't have to facilitate.
Golden State.
Him, Draymond, Steph, and Clay. He'd be
perfect. It'd be perfect. Yeah, because he doesn't like to shoot. There's enough shooters around.
Except for Draymond.
It doesn't matter.
But then they got everybody. So that'd be disgusting too still. And then he'd be like their center. He'd play small, but he'd be like their center. Draymond is power forward.
Ultimate small ball.
And he can handle the ball. So that'd be disgusting. Draymond can handle the ball. All of them would be able to handle the ball.
Play.
That's for a different. That's for different. We're going over topic here. That's the end of quarter 2. Ben Simmons. I still got faith in you. I'm just waiting to see you go to another team and pop off, and everybody's gonna jump back on the wagon. So we'll leave it at that. Quarter 3. Oh, that was an interesting halftime.
Very interesting.
How's your oxtail? How's your oxtail? You might have a little rice and pea in your beard there, and your chin thing over there. I can't wait to dig into that fire shrimp or pepper shrimp they call it. Picked up a little bit of food at halftime, but now we are back with the third quarter. And third quarter, what are we talking about right now? The awards. Okay.
Go on your rant.
So here's the rant about the NBA MVP as well as the Coach of the Year award. I feel that at the current state of things, the way the NBA is, they prematurely announce these winners. As we see, Jokic was the winner, and he was abruptly kicked out of the playoffs. He was swept. Was it a sweep? You sure it was a sweep?
Suns in 4.
Oh my gosh.
We'll get to that later.
That's your king. That's the MVP right there. Should he have been MVP?
And to make matters worse, if you look at the other, what do you call it? Contestants or nominees for that award, it was Jokic, it
He's
was
out.
Embiid,
He's still in. He's out. My
he's
bad.
out,
He's out.
and it was
LeBron.
Not LeBron. It was Steph, who didn't even make the playoffs.
A lot of people got shafted this year. Devin Booker. I think a lot of people, from when they were announcing the runner-up or the contestants for the MVP, a lot of people were like, yo, where's Devin Booker?
Or even CP3 for that.
And
matter.
then you seen what happened in the playoffs. Devin Booker just slowly cut. Oh shoot, he took
He
out
went
LeBron
full
and
Mamba.
Jokic.
He went full Mamba.
He took out two men during the MVP runnings. What does that tell you? Prematurely announced. Same with Coach of the Year. Who's the Coach of the Year this year?
Thibodeau
Where's his team?
got kicked out by one who could arguably be the coach, the real Coach of the Year, the people's Coach of the Year, Nate McMillan, coach of the Hawks.
And where's his team? Going to the conference finals against the
Yep.
Milwaukee Bucks. There you go. So, my whole, I guess I'm not even I guess it's just my end game, kind of not end game, but my thoughts.
If you're a commissioner
if I was a commissioner, here is what
for the year.
I would do. I would eliminate the finals MVP.
All right.
And just have a complete season-long MVP. So we're gonna have an NBA 2020 to 2021 NBA MVP, and that person and Coach of the Year goes to the team who wins the finals.
So the best player on the team.
So to put it in perspective, for example, let's say the Phoenix Suns were to win the NBA championships. Devin Booker or Chris Paul, maybe if we say co-MVPs, either one of them, MVP. Coach of the Year goes to their
Monty
coach
Williams.
because they went from the beginning of the season to the end of the season, saw it through, won the chip, and Devin Booker or Chris Paul were the best players on their team, and they made a huge, significant difference, which propelled their team to where they are. They made everybody better on that team.
I couldn't agree more.
Everybody better. Like, who can you think up on Phoenix right now that you would say, yo, this person shouldn't be on the court right now? They're all in sync, yo. Even Westbrook's backup dancer. He's on point.
Campaign.
Let me not disrespect him. I was trying to be funny. Cameron Payne, for real. Everybody is on point. Why is that? D-Book and Chris Paul are on point.
But here's my thing, because I was arguing with you at first. Thought about it. And my main argument was sometimes you get MVPs that are necessarily undeserving in your personal record book. For example, like cases like where Iguodala wins the MVP in the finals, or when Dirk won the MVP and got eliminated in the first round. I think it was a 2007. Those type of MVP situations where you're not necessarily happy with. Looking at it, the old method, how it is, there was a lot more MVPs that I disagreed with. And if we was to go with your way, I'd agree with it a lot more. For example, LeBron James would have won a whole lot of more MVPs that he deserved. Same with Dwayne Wade, he would have won an MVP.
Well, how many MVPs LeBron have?
I think he has 4 or 5.
I think he's gotten more than he deserves. How many chips does he have?
4.
Then if he has 5 MVPs, he's got one more than he deserves.
Fair enough.
If he has 4 MVPs and 4 chips, I'm fine with that.
Fair enough.
Because I'm assuming those MVP, well, not all of them, but most of the MVP awards he got were the championship runs, no?
So the real MVPs right now should be Trae Young, Kawhi or Paul George, Devin Booker or CP3.
Yeah, if I'm going by my logic, yeah, I guess.
Giannis.
Yeah. But the top 2, I would say, is D-Book or Trae Young. Because their teams were the biggest surprises.
Underdogs.
Yes.
Well, maybe
with Giannis and the Clippers, you would say their teams were disappointments. They weren't the top teams in their conferences.
True. Even in the
They didn't play
playoffs,
any better than they
there's
did
other-
last year.
Even in these very
Yeah.
playoffs, there's been a lot of.
There's no improvements to their team. And I would even go as far as saying those two players, Giannis and Kawhi, they don't necessarily make other players better on their team. If you know what I mean.
I would say.
I don't think they make them better. I could say the players feed off them.
Okay, I can see that.
But those individuals, if those guys, like, yeah, they don't make. You put Trae Young, Chris Paul, or the entire team, you just see it's a different vibe. You've seen how it looked when what's their name? Clippers played Phoenix without Chris Paul, and Devin Booker was the point man. Nothing changed. Nothing changed at all. Every man played the same.
Game up, went
exactly. Like that's all it was. Everyone played their part. So that's where I'm at with that.
And I agree. So NBA, if you want to, add some spice.
It just makes sense. And then I think it would make it more competitive because any player who wants to be the best player is going to say, you know what? I'm not just going to play through the regular. I'm playing for the whole season. Mentally, I'm playing for the whole season. And that's my take. That's my little rant right there about the awards. So we can move on to the next
last quarter.
To next quarter.
Wrapping it up. Quarter number 4. Suns in 4.
Talk about it.
Well.
So I did end up seeing.
You saw the video.
Yeah.
You know what it's about.
Yeah. The man deserved to get, jerseyed.
There you go.
Literally.
Well, you actually, this was the first time I seen this particular video of it because it was like the whole theme. You saw what led up to it because usually, producer Wale, I think you can attest to this. Most of the videos that you see, did you see when the two dudes poured some type of beverage on the Suns in 4 guy?
The initial video when I first saw it, no. And then when I was telling you guys about the interview that the guy that got beat up was trying to dispel that he actually got beat up in that video.
They showed him pouring the water or some kind of beverage. I didn't see that at first. I just saw him do the sucker punch and then proceed to get mollywopped. That's the first video most people
Here's the way
saw.
I look at it. From him pouring the water, he's very lucky he did not start off with
a mollywopping.
Like that guy was very calm to get up and try to talk it out at first, and then this guy took a cheap shot, and from that point, you should have dragged him all the way down the bleachers. You're like, just duff.
What I really liked about it was how, as he was giving the mollywopping, he fended off the friend, proceeded to tell him how he was gonna handle his boy. Suns in 4. One of the I would go on record as saying that's probably one of the most embarrassing ass whoopings caught on.
I'd say disrespectful ass whooping.
Camera in.
How man have time to stop to say Suns in 4?
Not only say Suns in 4, but to hold the man in place, fend off his friend, and proceed to tell the friend.
Did he throw up 4?
Yeah.
Oh, that's disrespectful. That's disrespectful.
Well.
You're holding the man. He used the other hand to say
tried to violate and end up getting violated.
He was holding the guy like this.
Yeah.
And he threw up the other hand like something.
Yeah.
Oh.
He held the man. He's like, yo, I'm going to F your boy up.
Suns in 4.
Suns in 4. Now, why do you think Devin Booker wanted to give him the free tickets?
That's disrespectful.
And then just to show you how
he deserved it.
How the Suns fans are moving. Another in the Clippers game. 2 guys after the game, I guess, tried to well, it seemed like a sucker punch again. They got into an argument with a bunch of Suns fans. And the theme with this situation, you gotta be smarter. Because there was only 2 of them, Clippers fans, and a sea of orange, purple, and black, So it's like you try to sucker punch one guy, and then again, mollywopping.
Listen, people,
Suns fans are not to be trifled with. Moral of the story.
Phoenix, Arizona is not a place to play with, first and foremost.
Oh, there you go.
People be set tripping out there, and the fact the Suns are playing good, a lot of people are supporting their teams, and they ain't gonna take no disrespect. So, y'all can do whatever you want behind.
Suns fans are not to be trifled with. Leave them
do whatever
alone.
you want behind cameras and all that good stuff, but when you're in front of Suns fans right now, ain't the time to be talking crap to Suns fans. They got light-skinned Mamba, and then they got, State Farm
CP3.
Chris Paul. You know what I mean?
With that said, ladies and gentlemen, watch your mouth.
Definitely. Watch your mouth or somebody gonna wash your mouth with one of these.
All right.
So we got to say. So that was the fourth quarter. That was
fourth quarter.
a quick time wrap up with the fourth quarter.
Thank you for watching.
Yes,
We
sir.
appreciate it.
We'll
We
be
also
back.
appreciate if you like, share, subscribe.
Yeah,
all
there's
the
do all that good stuff.
all the social media stuff.
Do all that good stuff. But we gotta pep it up a little, and we got a little bit of plan in the game for y'all. But in the meantime, like,
Get
subscribe,
those likes up.
do all of that good stuff.
Help us reach our goals.
I just lost my train of thought.
That was my bad. I was rambling.
Can't remember what I was gonna say. But anyways,
Deuces.
we should wrap up there. It's a deuces. How?
Well done, sir. Well, I think that shortened up the show.
It did. Glad we can pull it back up and make the right corrections and make it a clean one.
Pull it back on. That said,
Pepper shrimp time.
all right. Let me see what this pepper shrimp look like.